Hello, I'm Tuft Games, and this is my Darkest Dungeon Let's Play. For a little backstory, and because it's such a great story, I'm gonna show you the intro cinematic. So, let's watch it.
Ruin has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth. But we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
So, that's the main storyline. We have to reclaim our birthright, pretty much. So, let's get into it. As you can see, I've already played quite a bit. So, I know my way around the game. So, let's just dive in. It'll start tutorial anyway. But, a little cinematic.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
So, quite lovely cinematics. I really like them. I really like the art style too. But here we are. You navigate the map down here by clicking. So we are in this room, and if we click here, we'll start going through this path to this room. So let's go.
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
Move forward with D and backwards with A. Moving backwards will cause stress more so than regularly. You can also click with mouse, but A and D works quite well. So let's go. You always start with Reynold and Dismas. They always have the same skills and everything. So
Dispatch this thug
it's sort of the tutorial level. This one.
hear of your arrival.
Not sort of, I'm pretty sure this is actually the tutorial level. Okay. As you can see, it's turn-based. You click on a skill and click on the... You can also just click the numbers. I prefer clicking the numbers because I have a mouse that gives... I have the Razer Naga that gives easy access to that. So I prefer that. Yeah, I'll just explain that. You see, there are 8 positions in total. Number 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the heroes, and number 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the bad guys. So, what this means is that he can use this ability if he is in the yellow dots here, represent that he can be in spot 1, 2, or 3 and use the skill, and he can only use it on bad guys in spot 1 and 2. This skill can only be used from position 2, 3, and 4, and can only attack enemies in spot 2, 3, and 4. Now, this one can be used from 2 and 3, but notice the connecting red lines here. That means that he can, when he uses the skill, he will hit spot number 1, 2, and 3. And this he can use from everywhere, and it's a self buff that'll give him plus 4 accuracy and plus 5% crit chance. 5% crit chance would get him up to 10% crit chance normal. You can see this has a crit modifier. And this has a crit modifier. This would be 15 crit normally, and this would just be the 5% crit. The accuracy, as you can see here on the skill, accuracy 85. That means that the enemy has a base of 15 to dodge without having any dodge themselves. This man has 2 dodge, so this attack, as you can see when I mouse over him, has an 83% chance to hit. That's because there's a 15% miss chance, and dodge is basically a miss, so he adds another 2% miss chance. So now it's down to 83. And let's go. You can see it also affects bleed, and it did. And he did not resist it. He has 25% chance to resist it. So now he'll receive 2 damage per round for 3 rounds. But I think we'll kill him. Yeah. Oh, and that's a crit. Crit heal stress. If you reach 100 stress, your characters get afflictions. Meaning they'll typically stress out the other party members even more, and they might not do what you want them to. They might choose to do an action, or maybe even do nothing, or... yeah, lots of different stuff. You can interact. I prefer the W key to interact with them, but let's see if the brigands left anything. Some valuables, 150 gold. Not much, but it's okay. We just started. The lighting, as you can see, give benefits when it's really light, and negatives, but also positives when it's really dark. Yes, thank you. Scouting is that when you enter a room, there's a chance that you scout when you finish it, that it will reveal what will come next. Really nice. Monsters being surprised. If they get surprised, you get another turn, a free turn. If you get surprised, your party gets shuffled. Now, everybody has a speed stat. He has a speed of 6. Which means that there's usually I think there's a dice roll. I don't know how much is added or anything, but it seems to be a dice roll because it's not always the fast character that goes first. But that determines the turn order of every single turn. Every turn it's re-rolled, so you can never be completely sure which one it is. Against here, I'd really like to get rid of him because he actually hurts quite a bit. He doesn't hurt so much, but affects with bleed, but we'll try and get rid of this guy. Okay. Now, as you can see, he has a double health bar, the big one here. That doesn't mean necessarily that he has a lot of health, he just happens to have. But he takes up spot 1 and spot 2. Now, Zealous Accusation here hits 1 and 2. It does not hit him twice. It still counts as a 1 hit per enemy. So this Zealous Accusation right now is just worse than Smite. So I could also use Stunning Blow, But he has 50% chance to resist the stun, so I'd rather just pummel through him. And I get to go again. Then try to kill him off fast. Minimize the damage. We resisted the bleed, that's nice. Good start. Smite him again. I really like Crusaders. I prefer and try to always have a Crusader with me, because I just think they're so good. So good. They're quite tanky, and especially Zealous Accusation is just so good. And they have excellent damage output. I just really like them. Okay. We got moved around, so now we couldn't shoot this guy anymore. It sucks, but we'll just try and pummel through him. Now we start bleeding. Ah, come on, 1 HP. Okay.
Prodigious size alone
And
does
death.
not dissuade the sharp
Making a killing
blade.
blow quite often reduces stress by around 4 per kill. So, usually not a hassle.
Press this advantage.
Stress is usually your biggest opponent. Of course, characters dying is not good, but when they reach 0 HP, every time they take damage, they have what's called a death blow resistance. Meaning that he has 67% chance, if he is returned to 0 and receives damage, to not die. If he fails, instant death, and it's permadeath, so you can never get him back. And it's trapped, great. But doesn't matter, because we're done with this dungeon, there's no more to explore. And we'll just end. They'll get full HP, it's only the stress that carries over. So being on this low HP and finishing the dungeon, no problem, won't affect them at all. Okay, so we get a quest reward for completing it, 5,000 gold. We found 250 gold, and we found a portrait and 4 crests. These heirlooms are used to upgrade your town. Upgrade the smith to improve the gear, upgrade all the places that reduce stress, but we'll get to that soon. He has gotten 2 new traits, they both got XP. It's called Resolve XP, but it's basically just XP and levels. Instead of calling them necessarily levels, they call them Resolve levels. But he gained Slayer of Unholy, 3% more crit chance and 10 more accuracy against Unholy. Very nice. But he also got a Weak Grip, minus 3% crit chance. So that's not so good. We'll see if we can remove that at some point. I also like Highwayman because of the
Welcome
Scattershot
home,
ability.
such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
Now, I haven't actually tried completing all of the goals in a category, like the roster goals or the quest goals. But the caretaker is quite annoying because, yeah, you can press H for help. Because in the tavern and in the abbey, you can reduce stress, and he always takes up one random spot in either the tavern or the abbey. So you can't use that to reduce stress. And some bad traits, yeah, like here, in town will only pray for stress relief, which means that he can only use the abbey with the pray app. So if the caretaker is there, you can reduce stress on Reynold.
Most will end up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
Yeah, hopefully not. We really don't want to lose anyone, because it's just that you have to get a new person and get their stats
Women
up.
and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
These are all the different possible classes in the game. It's a bit of a random assortment. These You always get a plague doctor and a vestal here though. But let's see, he has the black rain, the noxious blast, battle medicine, disorienting. He's quite good. Ooh, that one is nice. That's for camping, for medium and for long dungeons. What we had was a very short one. Oh, I forgot to take here. Okay. Ooh, more damage. It's not so good on him. Doesn't really do good. Camp heal received. Nice. Took it out, less damage. Okay, bleed resistance is really not good. She only has 10% bleed resistance, then I would prefer not to have hemophilia. So we'll see if we can remove that at some point. I always like to upgrade this to get more heroes and to have a bigger roster. Because when you have 11, you usually always have to have a team of 4 to start a quest, and it's really good because when you have 11, you usually always have a proper team to send away. That's not too stressed and not too low in XP and all that stuff. When the Sanatorium unlocks, we can go in and remove a bad trait like hemophilia. It'll take 1 week. Every embark is a week. So that's how that works. But that's been enough for this episode. It's a bit short one, but it's more an introductory episode. So next time we'll go on our first real quest. And if you like the video, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.